Hello everyone and welcome to the Smashi Business Show. Today is Monday, February 9, 2026 and I am your host Abdul Majid Awan. Alone today. The markets are very bad right now. They recovered somehow on Friday, but still the software company sellout is going on and the tech AI bubble. It's not burst, but it's becoming smaller day by day. Gold prices are up $5,000. They've crossed again, but overall they are again in a volatile situation. Oil prices are down. Silver prices are somehow stable now, but they had a historic drop after a very good 2025. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of moving parts. A lot of things are happening. But today's top stories are Emirates has missed $10 billion in revenue due to aircraft delays. That's what the president of Emirates, Sir Tim Clark, has told EGBI. Abu Dhabi's G42 is to build AI data centers in Vietnam. Very interesting place to choose. Apart from that, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's an NBA legend. He has joined Lebanese founder Tariq Mansour's Kalshi as a shareholder. And lastly, we're going to tell you about Step Dubai 2026, which is happening on Wednesday and Thursday in Dubai. And we are going to be there, but I will tell you the details as soon as we are done with our news stories. The very first story, the biggest story of the day, to be honest, is Dubai's flagship carrier, Emirates, says it has lost over $10 billion in revenue due to aircraft delivery delays and capacity restraints. Speaking at the World Government Summit to EGBI, Emirates President Sir Tim Clark revealed the airline missed out on up to AED 30 billion, which is nearly $8 billion and above, in passenger revenue, and another AED 8 billion, nearly $2 billion from freight last year. That's in 2025. The airline has a backlog of 315 Boeing aircraft and 57 Airbus planes. But delays in the Boeing 777X program have forced Emirates to extend the life of its existing fleet and invest billions in cabin refurbishments. Despite these efforts, premium cabins on key long-haul routes such as Sydney, London, and New York are frequently sold out, with waiting lists for seats growing multiple layers deep. Clark added that Emirates could be 20 to 30% below potential income if not for delivery constraints, highlighting the airline's push to eventually move operations to Dubai World Central, which is the new airport. It's a $35 billion airport expansion project planned for 2032. The airline also announced an expanded service to Tokyo Narita, adding a second daily flight with retrofitted Boeing 777-300ER aircraft. What he said was, let's take a closer look at the story. And there's a video of him talking to CNN. Let's play that and hear what he has to say.
We have all scaled our plans. We've all ordered aircraft. Thank goodness the manufacturers have got some stable that is actually demanding thoroughbreds all the time, and large numbers of them. So how that morphs in the fullness of time is going to be anybody's guess.
Right, but then in that, now the stability is there, how are you shifting or changing your strategy vis-a-vis your brethren competitors in the region?
No, Richard, we've been asked that for 30 years.
Yeah, I keep hoping you might say yes.
No, we're not.
Hoping.
We don't need to do that. Surprisingly, and I've said this for decades again, the markets in all our spheres of operation, that's all the big three are growing all the time. If you ask GATA what its seat factor is on a system day by day, if you ask Antonaldo running Etihad what his seat factors are, and you ask us, you all find they're probably in the high 70s to mid 80s, and we're all growing our capacity all the time. We're all flying in parallel. We're all competing in parallel on the same city pairs. But hey-oh, have you seen a decline in those market shares and the number of people in the seat factors over time? On the contrary, the Emirates, our profits have gone up almost nuclear in the last 5 to 7 years post-COVID. So
without discounting?
Without discounting. We kind of...
You're filling the planes?
Well, you know, I've got to be a bit careful what I say about pricing because, you know, it's but we offer a very good value for money proposition. Yes, the fares are higher than they ever used to be. More people are travelling at the higher fares and they're travelling more often. So we've hit the sweet spot.
The 777s.
The very interesting video The very interesting video is on the CNN show On the Sides of the World Governments. And Sir Tim Clark is a nearly more than 2-decade veteran at Emirates. And very interestingly, he talks about how all these things, all the planes that have been delayed by Airbus and Boeing have caused a lot of problems. But he also talks about how there's a Western idea that Emirates, Etihad, they're all competing with each other. But he says, and he quotes Antonaldo Neves, the CEO of Etihad, that no, there is no competition. They're growing on their own platforms, in their own cities, on their own verticals, on their own platforms. And that is the idea that UAE, all the Emirates, all the 7 Emirates have something unique to offer, be it Emirates, be it Etihad. Everyone has a flavor to it. But another story from the capital of the UAE, Abu Dhabi, is that the Abu Dhabi-based AI powerhouse G42 is teaming up with Vietnam's FPT Corp and Viet Thai Group to build 3 data centers and cloud facilities in Vietnam, committing up to $1 billion in consumption. The project, announced in Ho Chi Minh City, underscores the surge in AI infrastructure demand in Southeast Asia, where land and power availability are already tight. For Vietnam, this is a step towards becoming a regional AI hub, while G42 is pushing its strategy of diversifying beyond oil-linked economies and expanding globally. The consortium has yet to release details on project timelines, final investments, or total computing capacity. But the deal aligns with G42's initiatives like digital embassies designed to host foreign computing services in the UAE. Regulatory approvals and local community response could influence the project's pace, but the move demonstrates how Gulf-based tech firms are extending their footprints across Asia and Africa. It would be pertinent to mention here, actually, that the Max Hussain Sajwani, the founder of the Mac Group, the property giant, they also have invested in Vietnam in data centers, and he committed $20 billion to US for data infrastructure to build data centers. We recently reported that nearly 12 billion out of that he has gotten back from the banks, from everywhere, so it's nearly done. Apart from that, the most important part is that his company under the Mac, which is the Mac Data Centers, which was originally named EdgeNex and now is called the Mac Data Centers, that is investing in Thailand, Malaysia, all of the Asian countries that you can call them, and Vietnam is one of the places. So a lot of people are looking at Vietnam as the go-to place to build data centers. It's not just G42. But another interesting story, the third story of the day, comes from the world of prediction markets, which is a very new and upcoming and very popular place to make money after Bitcoin, I think. But it combines with the world of NBA. And NBA superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo has joined prediction market platform Kalshi as a shareholder. And he, founder Tariq Mansour, the Lebanese-American founder Tariq Mansour, announced it on LinkedIn in a post. Mansour highlighted Antetokounmpo's journey from Athens to global stardom, emphasizing discipline, resilience, and authenticity as values aligning with the company's mission. Kalshi, which enables regulated, event-based trading, which is called prediction markets, gains not only a high-profile investor, but also a globally recognized ambassador whose presence could boost the platform's visibility. While Antetokounmpo's exact role beyond shareholding is yet to be clarified, the move signals Kalshi's ambition to accelerate adoption and compete in the growing fintech and prediction market landscape. Their biggest rival right now is Polymarket, which is bigger than obviously Kalshi. But there is a very interesting interview which I saw recently with Plus 20 VC podcast host, where Tariq was telling why he had to raise $1 billion. It's a very interesting comment on how he wants to raise $1 billion and what for. So,
in the last, I would say 6 to 9 months, given the sort of acceleration of what we've seen, is I think the opportunity ahead of us is maybe even bigger than we had all possibly imagined. There's a few symptoms of that. So one, I don't know if you know this, Harry, but Kalshi this year is, at this scale at least, I think the fastest growing company in America outside of AI. I think Anthropic is growing faster, and I'm not sure about Mercor and Cursor, but we're growing at that sort of that pace, at that rate. And number two, what we're seeing, which is even more important, the qualitative thing that we're seeing is there's a real and rare shift in consumer behavior. You know, people are kind of turning from like passive watchers of events or news or sports or other things that they engage with in real life to active participants. You know, that natural behavior of wanting to predict the future or debating about something is turning into activity on Kalshi. That is rare. Like when you see this shift in consumer behavior, I mean, you've seen it in Airbnb with the hosts and Uber with riders. When, you know, you're seeing a new class of people, in this case, prediction market traders, becoming a thing, that's indicative of a very, very massive opportunity ahead of us. And, you know, when you have a massive opportunity ahead of you, you want to go big, you want to bet big. And so we're really scaling up for that opportunity here.
Totally get you. What does a billion?
That's it for today. These are the top stories. But before we leave you, we would want to tell you that Step Dubai 2026 has named Augustus Media, our parent company of Smashi Business, as its official media partner with Love in Dubai, Smashi Business, and our in-house ODM studio, leading coverage of the Middle East's flagship tech festival. The two-day event held on 11 and 12 February at Dubai Internet City will bring together thousands of founders, investors, and decision makers from the GCC and beyond. And the theme for this year is Intelligence Everywhere, the AI economy. Step Dubai emphasizes AI as the economic infrastructure of the future. And Smashi Business will be there both days and will be hosting a fireside chat at the events. We will tell you all the details of our fireside chats. We'll keep it a surprise who the guest is, so you can watch the Smashi Business show live from there. We'll try to get live from there, or worst case scenario, we'll record it and put it up as soon as possible. Step is one of the biggest startup events in the region. They were in Saudi Arabia. They do a Step San Francisco as well. Very interesting. Founder Ray Durham is a very good friend of Smashi Business. But the main idea is that there's startups which a lot of people don't know of. It's a lot of UAE-led startups. Last year even, when we were there for 2 days, we had a lot of interesting chats. But apart from that, there were so many startups which had come up with new ideas, innovative ideas for the local market, for the global markets. So we will be there. We'll get you all the coverage from there. We'll do the show from there also. So stay tuned. Wednesday and Thursday, mark your calendars for it. So for that, after that, it's a wrap up for today. Thank you for tuning into the Smashi Business Show. Make sure to follow us across all social media channels at Smashi Business and subscribe to our daily newsletter. You'll find a subscription link in the description. It is the perfect read to start your day if you haven't subscribed to it. This has been a Smashi Business Show, a Smashi Business production, part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. We have more than 2 million monthly listeners across all our platforms. If you're one of them, we love you. And you guys make this possible. Have a great day and see you on Tuesday tomorrow. Bye-bye.